Cankles.
Right there, but that's the shit. That's the shit that we were laughing at. Look at that shit.
Hell, now they ain't winning today.
What's the score?
I'm gonna say it's gonna be 32 to 12. To 12. That's how bad we gonna get. We gonna get beat.
Oh yeah, where Lamar at? Where Lamar?
Oh, sorry.
7-0.
All right, so today's episode is brought to you by Black Shoe. Well, Black.
I was like, oh shit, it is.
I was about to say, whoa, you're good already. Yeah?
That was pretty quick.
What Black Shoe does, it keeps you from going to the bathroom so many times. So if you eating a lot of Mexican food, especially, if you pop that Black Shoe right before you eat, it's gonna prevent you from spending like about 30 minutes in that fucking toilet. I'm just kidding. That product doesn't exist. It's the Scatter Report, everybody.
Yo,
we out here.
Back again.
We out here. Back at.
I like saying that.
What do I like to say? What do we like to say? We gotta start saying it. We back at it like a crack addict.
Back at it like a crack addict. There we go.
How you doing there, brothers?
How's it going, brother?
How was y'all
Hulk
Halloween?
Hogan voice. Election day is coming.
Yeah. Bro, why'd you have to go there? Halloween just passed. Let's talk about Halloween.
Okay.
How was y'all Halloween?
Halloween was Halloween, man. Really nothing to do. COVID. No kids came by trick-or-treating, nothing like that by my crib, so.
I went to Dutch Brothers.
You went to Dutch Brothers?
Yeah.
How was it? Is it good?
You never had Dutch Brothers?
I've never had
So
it.
I've been had it in Arizona. I've had it.
Oh,
way
but
before.
But it's good?
Way before,
But it's good?
It's good, yeah, it's good.
All right.
I get their teas. I ain't really with that coffee tip.
I
didn't even know they serve coffee. I thought it was just like juices and shit like that.
No, it's the premise is coffee.
Coffee, juices.
Shit. I didn't know that. I thought it was just like juices. I thought it was like a juice bar, like Kiva juice or something like that.
No, yeah.
You look at their menu and it's like, it's crazy. It's
a lot of
it's
stuff.
like horchata and coffee
I didn't know they
caramel
had
macchiato.
horchata.
Like beaner shit like that?
Like, but that's the only one that came to mind. Huh?
He's so surprised because he don't. So Anthony likes eating his food very American. So like for example, we just finished eating some pizza, and so I tell Hector, "Hey, where's the tapatio? Where's the Valentina and everything?" And then we say, "But give Anthony the Parmesan and the pepper flakes."
In your house.
Because that's how he's gonna eat.
No,
It's
but then
Italian
if you
food. You don't need to freaking spice up everything, guys. Everything has to have lime and hot sauce on it.
Yeah, that's how.
Mexicans.
Well, that's how we do it. You know what I'm
oh
saying?
shit,
You guys can't even shake hands with it, dude. You know that's
no,
wrong.
but another thing Anthony don't get is once he opens up the hot sauce, the tapatio, he puts it in the fridge.
Yeah,
bro. Like,
who does that, man?
like,
Who does that?
Who wants the cold ass hot sauce?
Dude, I don't know. I never done that, dude.
Then
You guys
the
are
warmth
wild.
is in the name. Hot. Keep it there. Room temperature. Mine
All right.
stays in the pantry.
Off the top, y'all got anything off the top?
My off the top, yeah, I got an off the top today.
Let's go.
Hey, what's happening with it?
So this is kind of old too. So last week, Andy Dalton took that cheap shot and got lit up like bad, and I didn't notice it, and none of the Cowboy players backed him up. Like we saw a cheap shot today this week. It was can't remember the quarterback. Oh, Russell Wilson took not even a cheap shot. It was like he hesitated to slide. Everybody jumped up and was like, "Hey, what are you doing?" The Cowboys just stood there and just
Made sure he was okay. They're like,
didn't back him up. Didn't do nothing like that, and it is sad. Like I was like, "Damn, that's poor guy. Like that's your teammate. You should back him up."
and he got hit hard.
Way harder than Russell Wilson did today, and I just kind of like after like all seeing the commentators, everybody talk about it. It was like to the point like, what's wrong with the Cowboys? Are these guys that deflated? Like they have.
I think so.
Like, and I think it has to go down to coaching.
Stop,
Why
bro.
you guys pointing out? You guys are idiots. Can't even have a bad ankle right now. Like, fucking guys. Sorry, guys. I used to play sports and shit. Hold on.
Why? Oh
Elijah it is.
I'll laugh at that.
It's the worst stuff.
Because I just hear Hector go.
No, but I agree with you. I think that's the state of the team right now. They're just deflated. You see it in their play. You see it in even just them with Dalton he got lit up. Like, he didn't move. Yeah. Like, I was like legit scared. Like, damn.
And did you see how his even arm, like, because like everybody's been knocked out here. Like, you got you tremble and shit like that. Like, he did that, and everybody just like kind of walked away. Didn't go after the guy. Didn't try to start fighting him. Didn't do nothing. It was like he went down, and the players just like stood there like.
And if you look at that game, like in the point of the game of when it happened, they're already like leading in the game. You know, like you're about to win that game, and you still cheap shot our QB like that. That should even give you more premise to like really jump on this dude at that point.
Exactly, because there was no need for that hit at all, and it just seemed that today. It kind of just freaked me out because it just seemed like I know I hate on the Cowboys and stuff like that, but that's sad. Like, if you're that deflated at your profession, and you don't even want to like back up anybody and stuff like that, I just thought it was cover.
It's almost like you hate each other.
Yeah,
now.
It's almost like let's get off the field so I can get home and do my thing. You know what I mean? It almost looked like that. Like, it was like being at work and you're like, I just want to go home. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it seemed like no heart. It just seemed sad. And honestly, seeing somebody get hit like that just seemed kind of sad to me. Like, it was kind of like so defenseless and stuff. It's kind of more on a serious note, but it was kind of sad because like seeing him knocked out like that, watching it a few times, oof.
Because now he's gonna look at that and like not even want to come back and play for him.
Exactly.
Like, man, you ain't gonna back me up.
Yeah. After I put I did that. I'm trying to get us a win. I'm trying. I'm trying to do something.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden now you have to come back and face the guys that didn't even have your back. That's kind of messed up.
Yeah.
I just thought it was kind of cover on. Like, it's bad, dude.
That's got you.
Yeah. But that's my off the top. I just want to say.
Okay, so now I can say what I feel about it.
Yeah, for real. Sorry.
So here's my thing about it. Maybe he doesn't have a good relationship. Maybe you could speak to it, but maybe he doesn't have like a built relationship being the backup with the team. But the other thing is, I feel like the lineman should at least, because that's the one you're protecting,
right,
should at least, do something about it.
Right.
And that's where I stand.
Yeah.
Well, it's because earlier in that game, I think Pollard got kind of like a cheap shot, and people fought over Pollard. So, I mean, that does kind of speak volumes because earlier in the game, he was ripping that O-line. Remember that?
Yep.
So maybe it was kind of like the whole Gridiron or the Longest Yard movie, like where they found out he was like throwing the game and they let him get hit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But if that was Dak, definitely there was going to be a fight.
Oh, yeah,
definitely was going to be a fight. But that just kind of speaks to you can't really, like, at the end of the day, you're still teammates. If someone takes a hit like that, regardless of what happened or what relationship you have to back up your teammate, regardless. You know what I mean?
He was yelling at the offensive line too. So during the game, so was that their kind of way of being like, heck with this guy? Like, we're not gonna support him. Like, we're not gonna do this.
Right.
Well, it's because it's two different ways. If you look at how Dak, when Dak would get hit or there would be mistakes, Dak would go over them and uplift. Hey, don't worry, I could have done this. I could have done, he's working together. Like, let's find a truth. And then Dalton comes in and he's like, y'all need to do this. What the fuck's going on? Like, y'all need to get your shit together. You know what I mean? And they were like, whoa, you need to chill out.
It's the relationship. That's what I'm saying.
That's the relationship.
How is he liked in the locker room?
Yeah, true. Because we don't know. We never heard anything out of Cincinnati, so we don't know if he's really liked or he's a good quarterback.
I'm sure if that would have happened in Cincinnati, it would have been they would have came to his rescue or whatever. But we don't know what his relationship is in the Big D.
You're crazy, bro. All right, what you guys got?
I ain't got none.
You ain't got none?
No, you floating on
I
this one?
I thought you had that one. I thought you had one. Mine was just like, I don't know if y'all heard about it, but like the whole Birkin bag comment. I know it's not really sports related, but there's
that's why it's off the top.
Yeah.
So what is it?
So
Sprinkle
it's
me.
about this famous. Well, they're both rappers, Saweetie and Quavo. Quavo's girlfriend, Saweetie, basically made a comment of like, and everybody's talking about it. So there's two different sides. And she come out and said that if he's not buying you Birkin and paying your bills, then he belonged to the streets. So basically slang for like, you don't need him in your life, like throw him away and find you someone that can. And I think that's kind of messed up because I looked up what a Birkin bag costs. That's like 40 grand. I don't even make that in a year. So to me, to spend a year and a half worth of salary in order to keep a woman, then maybe I don't need her in my life. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of where I was coming from. And it was kind of like the Dr. Dre and his wife in a relation of how they kind of come close together, where she was asking for so much money. They're speaking in rich people's terms. They're talking about like the 1% of people that really make the type of money to just, you know, where we buy, you know, things that are like $10, $15 on a daily or on a weekly basis. They're buying things that are $15,000, $20,000. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I think it was kind of messed up to put that pressure on like some normal average dude like myself. If I was out there trying to find a girl and she's like, well, where's the Birkin? You know, are you going to pay my bills? Like, which one you want? I'd rather pay your bills. You know what I mean? But at the same time, like, why you got to put that pressure on me and hold me to that standard of them making X amount of dollars a year compared to what I'm making?
Okay, so what you're saying is we've got a female, Sweetie, the rapper,
Right.
basically saying being materialistic,
Yes.
for a Birkin bag, and you think that what she's doing is rubbing off on
All these other girls.
other females.
Yeah, that like even normal women out there. Now they're looking at their man like, oh, well, how come you ain't buying me no Birkin? How come? Because now you see it. You see all these comments on social media got lit up like, yeah, that's right, girl. That's what I'm talking about. He got to be buying damn Birkin, paying my bills,
Well, you gotta
taking
say
care of
that
these
tone.
kids. Like, what the hell, girl?
Look at
Like,
him.
you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
That's a nice zoom in.
But I'm just saying, like, now I got to be held to that standard. Like, what the? Are you serious?
What you got, Anthony?
Well, you know, after listening to a few playbacks, I've been trying to watch my language a little bit, but I'm gonna let it fly on this one because I don't really care. Bitches. These fucking bitches, bro. And the reason I say that is it's like I said this before. You know what? All these lawyers, these women that are successful, they try. I love you women. You guys are women to me. Because when you get greedy fucking bitches like this, oh, he need to pay my bills. He needs to do this for me. No, it is not that.
Yeah.
And then look at who you're dating. Quavo? That guy talks about bitches and hoes, throwing $100 bills at him. Oh, I don't deal with greedy bitches. I don't do this. Oh, you can't get my money. Like, what? Like, this is dumb. Like,
Yeah.
You're a dumb, materialistic bitch. Go out and get it on your own. You don't need somebody to buy it for you. That's what all these other women did. They went out and did it on their own.
Right.
And for them to set up, like us regular guys, some dumb bitch that we're going to be talking to is going to want to live like this. That's when you got to settle her down and say, hey, bitch, go get a job. Go do what you need to do. And we'll meet 50-50. You paying half the rent, I pay half. Because I ain't buying you shit. Go fuck yourself. Your pussy ain't that good. And if you find some dumbass dude to do that for you, then that should go for it.
But see, that's where it's at. That's where it's at. It's all on the dude. If he's
Yeah, there it
simping
is.
out there, if a motherfucker's out there simping for the female, obviously it's hard for him to get it. So it's like, I need to do X, Y, and Z. I need to buy this. I need to buy that. I need to do all this for homegirl just to keep her around.
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't think we cut from that same cloth.
No, none of us are cut from that
None of us
cloth.
are cut from that same cloth to where it's like, hell no, we ain't finna do nothing like that. Like Anthony said, we mean 50-50. I could even do 100-0 on one day, and then you'll meet me on the other day 100-0. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
But when it comes to the Birkin bag,
That's ridiculous.
I mean, $40K to them ain't nothing.
Yeah.
40K to them ain't nothing. But that mindset of females, that's always been like that.
Right. Like
It's always been like that. It's always been like that. There's always been females where it's like, I need X, Y, and Z. I need all this and all that. And maybe I'll let you fuck.
or I need X, Y, and Z just so you can have me. Like, whoa, like, but then that's the thing is, now it ain't about love. It ain't about, appearance. Like I can be a really good dude, but because I can't provide X, Y, and Z, which are, materials, monies, cars, and pay your bills.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm willing to build with you and take care of you in that sense of like, yo, let's put our shit together and let's build together.
Yeah.
We gotta be able to keep it together, to build together, and then we gonna be all right. So now you're taking the emotional part of it and also the physical part out of being in a relationship. And that's where it screws over. Now you have girls talking about like, oh, all these men are dogs. That's where it derives from, because the ones that were treating you good, you dumped them off for this dude that could just buy you some, and he could afford to get you some, and then he move on once he got what he got.
Right.
And now you're looking at the good dude of like, oh no, all men are dogs. All they do is cheat and that. But yeah, your standards are like, I gotta get you this and that, just for you to consider to maybe like me. Like at first it was about, yo, what's your name? What's your dislikes? What are you into? Like it's about building that. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, no, but like it was about building a connection with a girl. You know what I'm saying? And that's what you got to do, is build a connection with people. Because once that financial shit is gone and the materials are gone, like what do you really? Now you're just gonna move on?
Not even that. Let's put it down to this: how old's this chick? What's gonna happen when she's 50 years old and that pussy stinks? It's wrinkly. It's drooping down. She has no looks. Is somebody gonna buy her a $40,000 bag? No. That's why. What's that old song? Independent. All the girls out there and guys need to go listen to that song. She got her own house. She got her own car. She's a bad bitch. That's what women should be listening to. Do it on your own. You don't need nobody.
Yeah.
But check it out though.
I just think you got an ignorant, dumb, excuse my language, everybody, cunt, telling these young people on social media that, hey, you got to find a man that's going to do it for you. And no, it's not that. You need to find someone that you care about, you want to be with, and that does good for you, does good by you. Don't listen to some dumbass girl on social media posting, I got a $40,000 Birkin bag. That's what so many people make in a year. So
or less.
Yeah.
And they still can provide for a pretty good life.
It goes both ways with dudes too. I've been watching a lot of these videos online about the PS5 is coming out.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And I've been watching I'd do anything for her to give me the PS5. I'm doing this for her to give me the PS5. I'm like, bruh, like, first of all, ladies, if you buying the PS5 for the guy, you should not be with the guy.
Unless it's like a gift. Yeah, like if you gifting, if you like my lady, for example, she bought it, or your lady bought it for you as a gift, like, baby, I know you wanted it, here you go. That's love, like buying the gift.
Right.
Yeah. Not like he's just only over here to get the PS5.
The PS5, yeah. Scan it as a peach.
Yeah.
go to the Black Friday and then scan it as a peach
On the self checkout or what?
Yeah, on the self checkout.
No, I think that's I didn't hear about the situation tonight, but that's why I just think guys like but you're right, it goes for the guys too. Like there's guys out there that are just need to do it on your own, man. Do what you gotta do.
Hell yeah, man.
All right,
let's get into some sports. They tired of this shit. They're like, man, we heard it all week. But we wanted to start off. We got to start off with our boys team from the LA. The Dodgers win, baby! Congratulations.
Our boys team, him?
No, I ain't no Dodger fan. I'm an Indian fan.
I was trying to keep up with the Lakers and the Dodgers. You were supposed to go with it, but
I ain't no Lakers.
Nah,
but remember on last week's show, I said the Dodgers were gonna win. He's supposed to be wearing a MAGA shirt, And he's supposed to be wearing a "I love my baby mama" shirt.
Yeah.
But yo, hey, real quick for the listeners, didn't I get the shittiest end of the deal right there?
It don't matter.
Because this is like 3 days before the election. He gonna make me wear that shirt.
It don't matter.
Yeah, that would have kind of been covering.
Nah, but so Dodgers win the World Series. Obviously, LA did not care about social distancing and COVID around that time. There was
Justin Turner.
Yeah, there was just but they had a Mexican close it out. He was coming out hard with one eye, throwing it fast.
It was a good World Series. I gotta say that. Yeah.
Congratulations, Dodgers, man. It was a long time coming. They got screwed over by the Astros. Was last year, right?
Yeah, they've been choking. They've been choking for
Yeah.
like the last couple years.
Yeah, they were set up for success, and they've kind of.
So what you want to talk about?
So, are they the favorites going into next year? I guess.
They should be the favorites. Congratulations to the 6-time LA champion Dodgers.
Yeah.
Not 7 times. One of them was in Brooklyn. So congratulations to them. Congratulations to the homie Drew and all my Dodger fans out there, my Angelinos.
Los Dodgers.
LA finally gets a
World
champion
Series.
in the city of LA, a validated champion.
What do you mean? Well,
I mean, that's the only team to win a certified champion in LA this year, right?
Yeah, to me it is.
Right?
There's no
Why are you looking
asterisk.
at us
There's
like-
no asterisk next to it.
Right?
Oh,
Yeah.
Why would? I mean, the Lakers won.
Yeah, but there's an asterisk, bro.
Oh, but we ain't considering that. Yeah, you're
I
right.
that
I
too.
mean,
Oh.
Yeah,
I forgot they won the championship.
yeah.
now if the Clippers would have won,
It'd have been an asterisk.
no, it wouldn't have been an asterisk. They would have been champions.
No, it'd have been an asterisk.
I don't know about that one.
Yeah.
Okay, but anyways, back to the Dodgers. Now I can stop hearing about their 1988 World Series championship. Now we can stop hearing about that. It's been 32 years. Like, goddamn.
It was getting bad as a Cowboy fans. We won in
Yeah.
'93.
Yeah.
We're talking baseball right now, bro.
Hector was saying some shit about what is it?
Well, there was just some conspiracy theories. All right, so everybody was talking about, this was kind of the year of 17 championships for the Lakers and 7 for the Dodgers. Oh, the year 17 plus 7, it was 24. Kobe Bryant, the
17. The LA Lakers won 17 titles?
No.
Something was 17 and 7. Y'all didn't see that? There was so many numbers going around. It was
Okay,
crazy.
go ahead.
Was this the number
7.
23? Was
This is
like-
their 6th LA title. Go ahead.
This is what they're saying. Let me finish that. So then it's been 32 years since they both won in the same year, right? That was
Yeah.
Magic Johnson's number. But then there was also people talking about how other teams, especially in the NBA, how basically they threw their chances of winning so the Lakers could have the championship.
Who
Where
the
did you
fuck
read
said
this?
this?
Where did you read
The
this?
Weather
Dog,
Channel?
this is like conspiracy theory. I went through a rabbit hole of all this going
You're
down.
wild, bro.
So
You know what? Let me just interrupt you real quick, Hector. Let me just interrupt you real quick.
don't
I'll let
think
you
so?
finish. I'll let you finish. I just want to say this real quick. If your toilet is clogged up, you call a plumber, right?
depends how clogged, but yeah.
If you're having issues with your car, who do you call?
Mechanic.
A
mechanic, right? If you're fucking wondering about this fucking title, you don't fucking go to YouTube for help, right?
I guess not.
And I think
see
that's
your
what you
point.
did.
Yeah, I did.
You went
I
to
went through a
YouTube?
rabbit hole, dog. I was just watching videos of them celebrating first the World Series.
You
out
really
there.
went down, huh?
Yeah, I went hard.
So what is it?
Nah, we just forget about it now. I just realized how stupid it was.
This guy probably watches Alex Jones Infowars. Infowars.
He got mad.
I'm kind of retarded.
He even had to look him up. He was like, "You got kicked off Twitter? He got kicked
Yeah,
off YouTube."
that was kind of. Congrats to the Dodgers. So
Shout out to my boy Ernesto out
Yeah,
there.
shout out to Will. He called me up right away. He's like, "I told you, bro, we're gonna win one this year. I told you." And I was like, I haven't talked to you
Will
like
said this shit.
Yeah,
No, he called me. He called me when the Dodgers were down 3-1. He's all like, "Yeah, we're choking again.
Yeah.
We're out again. We need to fire Dave Roberts."
Yeah, and then finally I was like, I haven't talked to you in a minute, bro. You didn't tell me nothing. I was like, why did you tell me this, bro?
That's funny. That's
Do
funny.
you think they celebrated that championship harder than the Lakers one?
Oh yeah, definitely.
They did, huh?
Yeah, they went hard for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because one dude had COVID, Justin Turner, and he was out there. Shit, he was out there. Bro, he was. What kind of yell was that?
He never sees like the reactions.
Oh my god.
So, anyways, he was out there. He was out there getting down though.
Yeah.
You know he didn't get a test. He was like, fuck it, let's go out there and do it.
So that's the thing about. Okay, so excuse me. He had to come out the game because he tested positive for COVID. What do they do? Are they just got like a little pop up CVS shop there, and then like you sixth inning comes along, and you just all right, it's time to get tested. Ow!
His ankle.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like, oh shit, I tested positive. Guess I gotta come out.
Oh.
Like, I don't get that shit.
Pop up CVS.
Bro, they took him out. They took Justin Turner out the game midway because he tested positive for COVID.
Yeah.
I'm like, shouldn't you know that before the game took place?
I know everybody in the dugout like.
It's like,
oh, this guy's just chilling. Huh? Where's he going?
He's got COVID.
Yeah. No, that's crazy. No,
I just borrowed some dip from this dude.
I just grabbed a handful of sunflower seeds.
He's the only one that had the cracked pepper.
so anyways.
No, they did. My last note, they did celebrate it more because I think they've been wanting it because they've been so.
It was
close.
a long time coming.
It was a long time coming. That's right.
And it's the Doyers.
And they played an extra round.
Yeah. So.
And they came back from a 3-1 lead.
Yeah.
Los
Sorry,
Doyers,
Atlanta.
congrats.
Yeah. Congratulations, all the Dodger fans. You guys did it.
Kershaw finally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so footy football, NFL.
Ooh.
I want to kick it off with the game, America's Game of the Week.
On America's
Even though it was
Game
on
of the Week.
CBS. What?
Today on America's Game of the Week.
We've got the running back playing quarterback.
Lamar Jackson.
And then we've got a big bearded
Big bearded.
Big Ben playing quarterback for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Nah, but on some real shit though, Steelers won. They remain undefeated. I still don't think they're the best team in football, even though I've been saying the Steelers are my favorite team. That's not my favorite team. That makes sense. 7-0.
Who is better than the Steelers right now?
So I would say that the we got some fans walking across right now. I would say the Chiefs right now and the Bucks are a more complete team right now. The Steelers need to get their defense. They need to get some cornerbacks, and if they trade for Stephon Gilmore, or it don't even got to be a big name, but they need some defensive back reinforcements. But on some Lamar Jackson shit though, excuse me. I want all you Lamar Jackson fans to get at me, come at us, because what the scouting report, what we see is a running back playing quarterback.
Definitely.
And then I also want to talk about the Titans, but we'll talk about the Titans after this game.
Yeah, let's get into. I mean, the Steelers were, they had to come back. Us knowing what we think about Lamar, you're not going to rely on him to win you that game. He's going to make some plays. He's going to look extravagant while doing it. He's a sort of watch, like, oh my God, he's an entertainer. But what did you say? The second to last drive for them to come back, they ran a total of 10 plays and ran it every time.
They never passed.
And never passed the ball.
Yeah.
So that's saying more about him as a quarterback. In those big moments, they're not relying on him to make those plays and get them out of that hole. Now, if there's big leads and all that going on, of course you're going to see those big plays, and you're going to see him throwing the ball and slinging it because there's no pressure, there's no stress on him to have to score that touchdown.
They're the biggest front runners, Bled. The Ravens are the biggest front runners.
Yes, we've seen it in the playoffs, man. Once he gets down in games, it's hard for him to build himself up to get him out of that hole. I don't know if it's just a pressure thing, but we all know it's not he's just not a good quarterback in that sense.
But once you make him throw, that's when you'll see his deficiencies.
Yeah.
That's why you can't come from behind.
Yeah.
And that's like the biggest thing. That's what you saw today is I honestly think like his coaches and his offensive coordinator, the offensive coordinator hides his deficiencies a lot throughout a game.
Right.
So you could actually turn and say, hey, this guy looks electrifying. He looks great. But it's the play calling that's hiding all of his flaws. And the minute it comes down to putting the ball in his hands, go throw the ball, make the big plays, is when he struggles. Yeah. That's why you were right. They drove down the field with all run plays. And that's why I think it just shows a lot about it. That's why I think after, like, he pointed it out a lot. He's been talking about him for a while. But after he pointed it out, that's when you notice how they hide his deficiencies. And that's why I think that's a good offensive coordinator to the T. Because it's playing to his strengths, hiding his flaws.
Yeah. So the Titans, I've been saying the Titans are overrated. They lost to the Orange Stripes today, or Black Stripes, whatever you want to call it. They lost to the Bengals. I've been saying that the Titans are their defense is overrated. So what y'all got to say about that?
You're right, because Cincinnati is not good right now at all.
The quarterback is the truth, though.
Yeah, he's decent. Their defense looks sloppy, and for Cincinnati's
low key, they got a good defense.
Yeah, but it doesn't seem like it's running on all cylinders. Like it just seems like a mess. You know what I mean? But for the Titans to lose, I was like, "Whoa, what's going on here?" They look good, and then all of a sudden they look like trash. That looks starting to look like Baker Mayfield kind of, but. That's what I think.
Well, the offense is good. Derrick Henry is good.
Yes.
It's you might look at it from the outside thinking, oh, they got that defensive guru head coach. You know, they got a good ass defense. You know, a Bill Belichick prodigy. But it's really the offense that's been carrying them.
Right.
Well, and the defense showed a lot of deficiencies today. But I just want to touch on the Cincinnati defense. What I see is like when the one thing they lack in the week before, they're strong in the next week, but then the other unit is like weak. So it's they're not firing on all cylinders, but it's like they're not matching both sides of the defense into one yet. But I do see that they are, because they could stop the run one week, like can't run on them, but then they're allowing so many passing yards. Next week they're like shut down the pass, but then they're getting ran on like crazy.
Yeah.
Titans defense really showed out today as far as they were kind of being overrated. Yeah. Last week I did say they're a solid team. Now I still not. Yeah. You know, shout out to Grimace. No, I did believe that they were a solid team, but watching that game today, they're relying everything on Henry.
Yeah.
And Henry is a great player, but I also want to say that I don't think Tannehill's that guy yet, man. He's a great passer of the football. Like, I think he throws the ball very well.
Yeah.
But we're going back to the whole Lamar Jackson. You can't depend on him to win you that game. You know what I mean? To me,
I'd rather Tannehill than Lamar.
Right. Yeah. He's a better passer than Lamar, but he's also just like not that guy of like, hey, we know this guy's going to take us out of this game. Like, you kind of have that. You have to have that mentality of like, Henry, we need you to like break off a big one for us. Yeah. As opposed to like, hey, go Tannehill, go win us this game.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying about that.
And the biggest thing too is Tannehill's done this time and time again.
Right.
Gets paid, then he slows down. On contract time, gets paid. He did it with the Dolphins. He's done it with, this is his second team. He's been paid pretty good quite a few times. And then as he gets paid, he falls off.
I think they need to run him more.
They should. But like once you shut down the run, and you have to make him to pass, that's when you see his deficiencies too.
Yeah, they need to design more QB runs for him because he can run. He was a receiver.
Tannehill?
Yeah. He was a receiver coming
I'm
out
sure
of
they
college.
do.
Yeah.
They got a good offensive coordinator.
Yeah, but they don't do it as much. Like you have Henry running the ball. What I'm saying is you run a lot of draws with Tannehill or some options with him. I think that'll open up the passing game for Tannehill.
Yeah.
The other thing is, I just want to end it on this last note about that game. Y'all remember the player that held out for a big ass contract, the defensive player, Jadeveon Clowney?
Oh yeah.
You ain't heard shit from him,
He's
and he's with the Titans.
He's not good. I knew that once he left Seattle, because if he was good in Seattle would have kept him. He's not good. He shows up sometimes and doesn't show up at all the next one.
He's what I see with Clowney is he's a football player as far as strength, power, but he doesn't have that IQ. Like it's not like
Calling him dumb?
Yeah, no. Just
joking.
IQ. Damn,
Just joking.
no, just certain he's just strong and powerful as a defensive end and relies just on his own abilities.
Yeah, his athletic abilities. Yeah. All right. So, what do you guys think about Tua's first start?
Tua?
Yeah.
So he didn't even eclipse 100 yards.
Speaking of Tannehill and the Dolphins, what was saying?
Yeah, that's how.
I know that's
let's segue into this.
So he came in, dripped out in his coach's clothing. He came in like a little. It looked like a skirt. I know it's not a skirt, but so Tua looked all right in his first start. He won, but that was mostly due to special teams and defense because Jared Goff had 2 picks, and then he had 2 fumbles. So he played behind a good defense.
Yeah, it's going to carry him for a while.
The Dolphins are sneaky good. You know what I'm saying?
It's because the Pats are bad, though.
They sucked last year.
Yeah.
And then one thing on the Bengals, I just want to say about the Bengals.
I'm going to grab a chicken.
They cover a lot. They've been covering a lot. But anyways, the Bengals or the Dolphins are a similar team.
Yeah. Oh, I thought it was a good start. I didn't know about the 93 yards until he pointed it out, and I was like, oh man.
Yes, I mean he threw a tug though.
But that's I think that's good for a rookie quarterback to have a good defense. You know what I mean? Because it kind of gives them some time to learn, time to grow. I think that's going to benefit him a lot down the road, coming in and to his own. Especially because he's short, dude. That guy's gonna have a tough time throwing the ball over that offensive line.
I still think though they should have stuck with Fitzpatrick though.
Yes, they should have. I think, but like nowadays, I think they throw him in there instead of just like an Aaron Rodgers type thing. Let him sit behind the guy, but really, we're gonna compare.
It's because they want to see what they got him.
Exactly. Yeah, they want to see what they got right away. There's no patience.
Because they got like 2 first-round picks next year and then 2 second-round picks. So I was reading something about they want to see what they got in him because if they don't have anything good in them, then they drafted a quarterback again.
Trevor Lawrence that just got COVID.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, bro. Like it's true. It's facts. It's out there.
He's going to Dallas. Trevor Lawrence.
Why you gotta put it on?
I think that's good for him. I think he needs that good defense, build his thing. But you're right. They need to see what they got right away if they got that many picks.
No, I think. The thing is that there was not a whole lot to see from Tua for me to judge. He wasn't put in really in any situation to make plays. He managed the game well. There was a lot of you had a punt return scored for a touchdown, and you had a lot of things going in that sense.
Yeah.
It was hard to judge, but it is good to get him out there. The only thing that scares me is him getting injured again on that knee, and just that would suck if that would decide whether they draft a quarterback next year, as opposed to just his skill set and what he's done for the team. But even, dude, I don't think a year is kind of hard to judge someone off a year, especially coming off an injury like that.
Yeah.
That's going to be, I don't think they're looking to draft a quarterback. I think they just need him to get those reps.
Or not even that, or just seeing what they want to do to build around him.
Yeah.
See what's he going to be so we know we can fill these slots for him.
Do we need a lineman? Do we need a receiver? Do we
Right,
need
right.
Yeah.
So, it's our weekly segment of Baker may or may not field.
That's what we should really call this segment.
Yep.
I don't know why I've developed so much hate over this guy. Not hate.
Because you see him on so
hate.
many commercials?
Oh, yeah, I think because I saw a brand new commercial today, and like I was saying last week, Baker, keep that same energy this week, especially even if you lose, bruh. You looked like ass cheeks on a Tuesday night. Okay? Go ahead.
So the Raiders beat the Browns today. The autumn wind, or the autumn wind is a Raider,
Yeah.
but the Cleveland wind is a Raider too, because it was windy as hell.
Yeah.
And I think that played a big part in Baker Mayfield not fielding today, because it affected Derek Carr as well. Bruh, I for some reason I knew going into the game it was like windy, like hella windy.
Yeah.
Because the Raiders missed their first field goal, right? And the ball went like this, and then it went, and he missed it, and it went like straight up like curveball.
Right.
And I saw Derek Carr go deep. I saw Derek Carr go deep to Henry Ruggs, and Ruggs was wide open. And I saw Derek Carr like threw it, like he threw it like from like an awkward ass angle, like if he was like doing a shot put, and the fucking ball just died.
Yeah.
And I'm like, is this Marcus Mariota throwing the fucking ball? Did he get subbed in? And then I remember, oh fuck, it's the wind. It's the wind. It's like
Are
some
you
heavy
talking about
wind.
the one that was short on Ruggs, or the one that he overthrew
It
Ruggs?
was short. It was short.
Okay,
it was the first deep ball of the game.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So then after that, he had Ruggs wide open again, coming across, and he overshot him. Like
Was that to Ruggs?
Ruggs or Renfro?
Okay.
It was
Well,
Renfro.
regardless, it was windy.
Yeah.
It was windy. It was windy. So there weren't
it
that
was
many
windy.
deep shots. I'm going to give Baker a pass on this game.
Nah.
Kind of, because they still didn't score a touchdown. They almost did, but it got overturned because the ball hit the ground. But the Raiders' ground game did their thing.
Oh, Josh Jacobs.
They ran for over 200 yards. Josh Jacobs did his thing, and the Raiders are 4-3, and the Browns. I don't know what it is, but fuck Cleveland. Whether it's the Raiders, the A's, or the Warriors, they always beat up on Cleveland teams. I don't know what it is.
They don't like each other.
Yeah.
It's like the Red River rivalry.
It's the two worst cities in the world going at it, and they're just trying to find out who's better.
Yeah.
I'm just joking. I'm just messing around.
We don't co-sign everything this guy said.
I might for a cosign.
That's yeah, you're right. The wind, everything like that. But I just think Baker, come on. I just wish he could be more consistent, because, like, god damn, this guy's in so many freaking commercials, bro. I'm tired of seeing him already.
That's
too.
the thing. That's why you can't give him a pass, because of the dance last week. He was feeling himself, bro, and you're gonna put that dance back in.
Well, Abram was mocking him today.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, and Abram, what I want to speak on Abrams. That's what the Cowboys need, real quick, is a safety like that, like a hard hitter, reckless dude. He laid a hit on Kareem Hunt, where even my leg like started shaking. I was like, dude, and like Kareem Hunt, you know when they pop up real quick to like play it off. You knew it hurt him because he like popped up and he went to walk off like real quick, and he just like slowed down after the second step. And he was just like, all right, we good. You know what I'm saying?
Good,
That's funny.
And then
yeah.
another game, Chargers choke again.
yeah.
I mean, Herbert did his thing again, though, man. I mean, they're losing very close games.
He did through like multiple picks.
Yeah,
he threw
I
a lot of
mean,
picks.
I think, you know what, man? I think he underestimated them because they are the donkeys. You know what I mean? He was like, man, because I don't think, what's his name? Drew Lock. I don't think he's that great.
Yeah.
Me neither.
Let's be honest. And so he kind of went in there with a big head of like,
I got this.
Yeah, I got this.
I've been
I got
doing
this.
good against everybody else.
yeah. Especially Tom Brady. Come on now. I had a shootout with Tom Brady. Let's go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then
Right.
He just overcompensated, man.
Yeah.
He just was feeling himself. Drew Lock at the end was feeling himself. I'm like, dude, calm down. All right, don't pull Baker right now.
Yeah.
Don't pull Baker right now. But they choked again, man. I mean, especially at the end of the game, all the cornerback had to do was get his head around, and he ends up getting a PI, stops the clock with 1 second left, and the ball's on the 1 yard line. And they're down 6. They needed a touchdown.
Yeah.
You turn your head around, incomplete pass. Maybe they have 1 second, but they still got to throw 30, 35 yards to get in the end zone. And then you just set them up for success.
So was this his first divisional game? Or did they already play the Chiefs? Chargers.
No, they lost to the Chiefs. Almost beat the Chiefs. They blew the lead too there.
Yeah.
They blew. Okay, so
what's
Drew Lock is not okay. So the Chargers choke again. But I got a little thing about Drew Lock because you saying that he's trash. He is. So
I thought he was gonna say something like, this guy, dude. This guy.
So I wanted to say this. I wanted to say this. So I don't know if Joe Biden was right. Is it the Democrats or the Republicans that believe in global warming?
Democrats.
So maybe Joe Biden is right because maybe global warming affected Denver last year because Drew Lock, for some reason, this is like a little stat that like has gone unheard. It's cold in Denver. It gets cold in Denver.
Okay.
Drew Lock does not play well in the cold, just like last week.
Yeah.
When he was playing well, it was, global warming hit Denver, I guess, last year because it was warm.
Yeah.
It was. You need to be a good quarterback in Denver. You need to play good in the cold, and he doesn't like playing. He doesn't like playing in the cold. He has like a losing record. Like it's a short sample size, but he has a bad record playing in the cold.
Yeah, like a 1-4.
It's I don't know if it's 1-4, but like a 1-4.
He just shouts out, shouts out any random name numbers.
Yeah. Hey, we ain't getting paid.
Chargers choke again. Herbert does look good. Now the Chargers play the Raiders next week, and I was looking at the look-ahead line, and the Chargers were favored by 3, which it doesn't make sense, but I'll kick it off to Anthony.
No, nothing much on this one, man. I really don't like any of these teams. Like, I'm just watching the Chargers because of the quarterback situation. Because I think like when he first started that first game, I was the one saying, yeah, I like him. He looked good, but I was wanting the Chargers to actually win. I wanted the Broncos to go down a little bit lower because I just hate them that much. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But dumb things are keeping them from winning. Like that penalty in the end zone. I was like, turn your head around. And it was just the dumbest things that are making them lose. But other than that,
speaking of dumb penalties, tell us about the dumb penalty in that Bears and Saints game.
Oh yeah. Boy, you kicked that off, bro, because that was a good one.
I'm going to bounce it off you. I'm rubber, you're glue.
Yeah. Hector, go kick that shit off.
So we had a crazy fight. And I think in football terms, I think the Bear player actually really beat up on the Saints player. Like he was throwing haymakers at him. So
no, it was the other way around, wasn't it? No, it was the Bear player.
Yeah, no. Player. So the play before, the cornerback for the Saints is having a discussion with like the receiver, how they always do. They're trash talking, whatever. Yeah, they're jawing at each other. Yeah. Nothing serious. There's no like pushing or anything like that. Saints player just snags the mouth guard off his face mask, throws it down on the ground, and he's just like, all right, he don't say nothing. Comes back. The play is not even on his side of the field. Goes and finds the cornerback. Goes up to him, snags his mouth guard, and just blop, starts wailing on his face mask. And of course, the dude's just standing there like, what are you doing? I have my helmet on. You know what I mean? And he's still wailing on this dude. So in a football sense, I'm like, yo, dude, you beat him up. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah, he had his mask on or his helmet on. And so they had to break it up, but everybody started just coming into that.
Big melee.
Yeah, it was just a big melee, man. And I don't think we've seen that since the Texans win Titans with Finnegan.
Oh, you're talking about
and Johnson.
Carrot Top and Andre Johnson.
That was the biggest fight I've ever seen in football history. To
What
me.
about that Michael Crabtree and Keith
Keith
Talib?
Oh, when he snagged his chain.
Yeah, that's and you know what? I put this down too. Is like it really reminded me of the Michael Crabtree shit.
Because he
like
went to go. I don't know if he was wearing a chain, but he went to go
And he
snag
snagged
his
it,
shit.
Yeah, and then he grabbed the milk cart, threw it on the thing, and then when he came back and he hit him, boom, boom, and then he grabbed the face mask and like was pulling him down. And I was like, that's what that dude gets. You need some. What? Why do you even grab something, dude? You can't take it. Come on, that's dumb. Like you're dumb, dude. That's why to this day I cannot stand Akeem Talib. He bothers me just to the point where it's
This guy gets bothered easily. I like that shit. I like that shit. But look.
I like it, but it's that type of crap that shouldn't be happening.
Right.
Yeah.
But the thing we do at the Scouting Report is we gonna give you context, because if you would have just talked about the second incident where if you were to see the dude Wims, the dude for the Bears, just socked the dude twice because the dude gets socked and he's just standing like, what the fuck did I do? I didn't do shit. You would think like, what is this Bears dude thinking?
Yeah.
But to give context, we gave you the context. Plays before, or the play before, he had snatched his
mouthpiece.
And it's
almost,
guard.
I don't even think he was jawing at him. Like, I don't think he was talking shit. I think something like he maybe held him up or something. It's like, hey, come on, bro, because he went up, hands on his waist, like, hey, bro, like, come on, you can't be doing that if and then it's almost like he got bugged and was like,
Just
whatever.
snatched
And
it,
he's
yeah.
like, all right, I'll take this upon myself then. On this next play, watch out for me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But the Saints won. They won in overtime by 3 points. And I don't know, the Bears, they got serious question marks at quarterback.
Yeah.
Right? Dude, if you're the Bears, I'm going to pose a question to y'all. If you're the Bears right now, with the deadline coming up, do you go back to Trubisky? Do you stick with Foles? Or do you make a trade for a backup quarterback?
I'd make a trade.
And who would that be?
Well, one of them that would be pretty good. I think Fitzpatrick.
Fitzpatrick?
Get Fitzpatrick. I just think it's like the Bears, like their quarterback. They've always been suspicion of mischief. Like who they have for the longest time? Jay Cutler. They got him from Denver, sent him over there.
They always got bad quarterbacks. Rex Grossman.
They've never been Rex Grossman. That guy was terrible.
He
bro.
took him to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, but like if you look at them,
What was the other dude? Trevor Siemian?
they've all Was it Trevor?
No,
Siemian?
he played for the.
Who's the dude that got the big payday?
No, it was Jay Cutler, and
No.
then Kyle Orton was there too.
Oh, I'm thinking Broncos because Cutler went to the Broncos, right? Yeah.
Yeah, they had Orton, they got Cutler.
Orton, damn.
Yeah, dude, they've had their quarterback situation has just always been bad. When I think about the Bears, I always think defense. I don't ever think about
quarterback.
But yeah, quarterback, not even offensive play. Oh, the fridge and all of that, but that's the 80s. But I really think they need to use the trade deadline and get somebody.
It just blows my mind, bro. Like, I know Crab Legs, like, he threw 30 picks last year, but it amazes me that, like, he's not starting for a team right now. After watching, like, some of these starting quarterbacks in the league, it just amazes me. Like, he's a fucking backup right now.
I thought Denver was going to sign Crab Legs, to be honest. And for those that don't know, Jameis Winston.
Yeah.
But I thought Denver was going to go after him. So for the Saints to go after him, I think they need I think the Bears, if they were to do a trade, Jameis Winston would be good. Taysom Hill at this point might even do better. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? He's listed as a QB. You know what I mean? But I don't think they should do trade. I think they need to just throw Trubisky back out there. I don't know if there's bad blood within there, but like it amazes me that they're 5-3 still, though, man. Like they've still pulled some games out of their ass.
Was it Trubisky that they had to turn off all the ESPNs in the place? Because he was like getting. Was he being a girl about it, or was he being like?
He was feeling himself?
Yeah, he was.
I
Like,
didn't know anything about that.
Yeah, so literally they had to change all the channels in the thing because when they would criticize him, he would like get in his feelings about it, bro. Like,
Yeah, he couldn't handle the scrutiny.
Yeah, he couldn't handle the scrutiny at all.
Yeah.
So I think honestly, with Trubisky, I think he's done. Backup quarterback, back at the most.
But what do you trade? Both Foles and Trubisky for one good one? Or?
You got to come up with something.
I don't know, bro. Like, at this point, they're going to have to stick with one of them because I think it's too late to learn the playbook.
Especially because they're still kind of in contention.
Because they're leaning on that defense bad.
And the defense is ready.
Yeah.
All right, so the Patriots lost again today. Bill Belichick under 500.
We've been saying it about Cam.
Cam Newton fumbled the ball at the end of the game. He actually had a better game today, though.
Yeah, he did. He had a really good game.
But
decent game.
the Cowboys, the Patriots lose again. And like I said, what I wanted to say is, I said it last week, is I don't know what Bill Belichick was thinking, and what's his name? Stidham?
Stidham, yeah.
Stidham is the dude. I keep going back to they could have had all these other quarterbacks, and then they said, nah, we're gonna stay with Stidham. And then boom, no, Stidham ain't the dude. So they go to sign Cam Newton, and Cam Newton ain't the dude.
They got him on a deal now too. When you think about it.
Huh?
No wonder they didn't pay him that much money at all. What's getting a meal this year?
No,
and then I heard Richard Sherman saying, "Damn, $1 million for a former MVP." That MVP year was a fluke. It was an aberration because think about it. He's only had one good year like that.
Yeah.
When you have, I don't know. I don't want to go off too much into going in on Cam Newton because I do that shit every week.
Yeah.
But the Patriots, I don't know what Bill Belichick was thinking with signing Cam Newton and thinking Stidham was going to be the guy.
Well, I think he really wanted Stidham to be the guy. And when they signed Cam, it was kind of already late. And are we good?
Got you slipping,
We're straight? We're straight?
Yeah,
You know what I just thought of?
Yeah.
Our audio version of the podcast that don't see shit. They're gonna be like, why are they laughing at random stuff?
We're the guys that forgot to say. So what just happened?
So I guess I had a low-hanging fruit.
Oh, yeah.
Anyways, I think I really do believe Belichick really thought Stidham wanted to be that guy. And when they signed Cam, it was kind of already late in that race because Winston had just gotten signed. A lot of the free agent quarterbacks were already signed. And you know the Patriot way, they don't want to spend so much money on a QB, especially if he's not going to be your guy. They weren't willing to pay X amount of dollars for 1 year. So at that time, Newton was the only one available, and they got him on a steal.
First of all, they didn't get a steal.
No.
No, on a deal. We'll say on a deal. Like as far as what you would have paid, because even
They were shopping on the clearance aisle.
Exactly.
You got what you paid for.
yeah, you Hoyer's
You
still
bought
making
Madden
money.
16 when Madden 2021 is already out.
Right. And Belichick also thinking
They got a Coke Zero instead of getting a real Coke. If you see a bad player go to the Patriots, it's like, oh, he going to the Patriots. It's all good. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
They'll turn his career around. The Spurs used to be like that.
Yeah.
The Spurs used to be like that. Oh, going to the Spurs way. Popovich will get them going. You know what I'm saying? And now you saw LaMarcus Fraudridge go to the Spurs. He ain't really all that. You saw DeMar DeRozan go to the Spurs. He ain't really all that. You saw Rudy Gay go to the Spurs. He ain't really all that. So think about it. Sometimes the Patriots, if you really look in between the lines, they really got no talent at wide receiver. Bill Belichick can't draft a wide receiver.
No.
I mean, he drafted a quarterback and converted him into a wide receiver with Julian Edelman.
Yep.
And I just did you didn't take that black shoe? Is that why you got up and left?
Yeah, no, I didn't. I
But
I did
yeah.
see the Cowboys just get a freaking sack fumble and then scored 6.
But next, I just think going back on it, I just think it's gonna be some rough years. And you know what? Here's what's crazy about the Patriots. That whole team, like
It's too early to tell.
No, but that whole team, like Edelman, they're not used to losing at all. You see it on those people that have been there for a while. They are angry right now of what
They don't have a lot of talent on offense.
No,
right?
they don't, and it's hard. You had a quarterback that was great, yeah, and he was making some of these not so good guys look great, and that's what I think you can't get that out of Cam. You're not going to get that out of a lot.
It was a systematic offense. They never really had a great wide receiver until there was Randy Moss, and you know me, you could get by without having a great wide receiver. You know how I stand with wide receivers, but they had the system with Josh McDaniels and Tom Brady and Dink and Dunk and a lot of passes to the running backs. You don't have that quarterback that's going to perfect an offense like that.
Yeah.
Right? You know what I'm saying? With Slam Newton or Trash Can.
Plus, if you think about
Trash Can Newton.
over the years, that rapport between him and Josh McDaniels and Brady. Why do you keep on pointing it out? Josh McDaniels and them had good rapport. You're not going to get that in a year. You're not going to get that at all in a year. You know what I mean?
see McDaniels now like scrabbling through the playbook.
Yeah,
Like, all right, what's gonna fucking work?
What's gonna happen
And
now?
McDaniels did make it work for like half a season, maybe a year, with Tim Tebow.
Yep.
But that's just, I don't know.
That was really playing to some of these strengths because that guy's arms sucks. He was not that good.
Yeah.
But that was
Anyways.
perfect for that system. Though.
Yeah.
You didn't need a strong arm.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But anyways,
Now-
I know, to be perfectly honest, I'm tired of all these casters, all these people when he talking about Cam like he's great, bro. Let's just be honest what
Yeah.
he is. He's
hey, have
not.
you noticed?
I know everybody talks about him like that. Oh, Cam Newton, and you're like, are we not watching the same games? Are we not?
Yeah.
Are you guys blind to this?
Yeah.
What is going on? Like,
It's because people fall in love with the flash.
there it is.
And sometimes you don't need flash. Like Baker Mayfield, he's got the flash, right? He's got the flash, the charisma. But if you look at his numbers, and then you look at Derek Carr's numbers, bro, Derek Carr, he's a quarterback that doesn't get talked about as far as his numbers this year. He's got, what is it? He's got 14 tugs and 2 interceptions, and he's got like the number 1 passing completion percentage in the NFL. And you got Baker Mayfield putting up mediocre ass numbers.
Yeah.
It's the flash, bro. It's the Westbrook effect. It's the House of Highlights effects. It's people fall in love with the flash, and it ain't all that.
Yeah, and that's the thing is they want to be blinded by the realism of what's on the field.
Yeah.
And they want to say, well, you know, what happened to Superman Cam? Oh, we'll see him next week. There's always that, like, oh, no, it was just an off game, this and that. There's other factors, like, oh, did you see there was crows going over the stadium? That means it was going to be a bad day, so it's all good.
The omen.
Yeah,
The omen is coming.
you know what I mean? And, like, there's always that excuse for certain players. And, but we've been saying it for years. Even when he was with the Panthers, we were saying that he was no good. He is not a good quarterback. And we'll say that about Lamar, so we can be, you know what I'm saying? Y'all can say like, hey, this scouting report was right about Lamar, you know what I mean? So
And
we're ahead of the curve.
Yeah, and that's why we're the scouting report. We're giving you
the
real fan observations of what's going on, not guys that are in love with them because they see, like he said, the flash, or they have a relationship with them, or he's a really nice guy. You know, I saw him practicing, I ran into him at the gym. We don't do that. We're just real.
Yeah. And sometimes I hate that. I hate that we all think alike, but we with the shits. You know, we really watching and telling you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear.
Exactly.
We're not going to disagree a lot, although I do want to, but it's
hard when
we don't This ain't Skip Bayless.
Yes.
And Shannon Sharp. This ain't Max Kellerman and
Stephen A.
Smith, where you're paid to take a side and defend that side, whether you believe it or not.
Because we don't believe into that other
Yes,
side.
take that side, take this side. Now there'll be sides where like maybe he's a Carson Wentz lover and he isn't.
Wentz is trash.
Or he's a Dak Prescott hater and
He isn't.
he loves Dak Prescott.
I miss you, Dak. We all miss you, bro.
But anyways,
we
you want to talk about the MVP talk?
Yeah, just real quick, to end off the NFL segment, the Vikings went into Green Bay today, and they just ran all over them, man. And now, Aaron Rodgers, you were saying about he might just be out of that MVP race now. I mean, because you kind of have to put it solely on who's leading that race is going to be Russell Wilson.
Well, it got reset last week because Russell Wilson lost.
Yeah.
So this week it was a clean slate.
It was a clean slate.
Because Patrick Mahomes had lost, Aaron Rodgers had lost, and then Russell Wilson lost.
Right.
Up till last week.
Right.
So this week, who's ahead of the MVP race?
You got to put Wilson because it was a divisional game.
I'm pulling Skip Bayless. No, I'm going to disagree with you.
No.
I'm going to disagree with you, man.
No, Wilson played very, very well today. And it was a divisional game. We've talked about those.
Who they play?
The Niners.
Where are they from?
Santa Clara. Santa Clara, right?
Santa Clara. So mad I lost that bet.
Yeah.
So mad. Anyways, but then Aaron Rodgers come back. I mean, it's not like the game got away from him to where he couldn't win the game. I think that was the biggest factor today. It wasn't like the Vikings just put an onslaught, was leaving him way in the back of the race, and he had to catch up, and then he did what he could to catch up, and they still lost. If that would have happened, I don't think that would have brought him. That would have taken him out of. That would have took him out of the race.
Right.
But the fact that he couldn't do what Rodgers usually does in order to win, that's what I feel really took him out of that.
Out of the race? Yeah. I honestly don't. I think my MVP right now, and this is why I think is leading it.
Ben DiNucci.
We can get it. He said it with a straight face.
What is it?
Patrick Mahomes. I think Patrick Mahomes is in the lead. I think with Aaron Rodgers looking the way he's looking, like, and it's not like you said it perfectly, like, but with Russell Wilson, I think we're waiting for a collapse with Seattle, and I don't see that collapse coming with Kansas City, and I don't see it coming with Mahomes. Mahomes is just a stud, man. He's had not even a bad game really against the Raiders, maybe.
Well, okay, but see, this is the thing: is just because you lost doesn't mean you had a bad game, and that's the thing about the MVP talk.
And it's hard
just because you lost doesn't mean he's fallen out of the MVP race.
Yeah.
How did you play? How well did you play in your losses?
Amongst the losses,
Yes.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. And I think
So that's where I can see your case because he played well in that loss.
And that's what I said. Against the loss, he played well, and that's where I put him.
And Russell Wilson in the loss, he threw 3 picks.
There it is. That's what I had to do, and that's my agreement. Because I was thinking Russell Wilson, then I started playing it in my head. I was like, but his loss was bad. Like he really dropped the ball, and it like, woo. Like,
Okay.
Yeah, and that's why I think. I hate to say it as a Raider fan, but Patrick Mahomes, I could see.
Now you're the tiebreaker, bro. Who you got?
Okay, so
He's on Josh Allen.
I think
I'm gonna check something.
so. I really do think it's a tough one. I think it's Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
I think it's Russell
Dark
Wilson.
side, my friend.
I think it's Russell Wilson. What's up?
14 more minutes. It's gonna kick off.
Oh, okay.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay. So I think it's Russell Wilson because
So come on, let's hear it, bro. Let's hear it.
You lost me.
No, okay. So
So I think it's Russell Wilson because even though he threw those 3 picks in that loss, I think he's single-handedly the only reason, and DK Metcalf, that the Seahawks are winning.
Yes.
He's the only reason. He's putting up numbers, and the narrative. The narrative is the other thing. Patrick Mahomes already won it.
Yeah.
Russell Wilson has never won it.
I'll give you the argument though.
Okay. And don't get me wrong, Patrick Mahomes is right behind him.
That's what I'm saying.
It's like 1A, 1B.
Yeah.
Right now.
So I'm gonna say this: the years that, and this is the way I looked at it too. I started looking at it. This is all over the last couple of hours we've been here. Is Steph Curry. Remember when he won his back-to-back, and people were saying, "Oh, blah 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 blah." He hasn't stepped his game down. Patrick Mahomes is still that consistent guy we're going on 2 years. That's where I think he's leading to. That's my opinion. Like, he's taking his losses well. I think everything. So that's my opinion. But like, I see where you're coming from about Russell Wilson. Like, he is the reason that team's winning.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know.
My pushback on you with the Patty Mahomes, just to like kind of put Wilson up top.
Yeah.
Even though he threw 3 picks, that game still went into overtime. In order for them to like lose. And yes, Wilson didn't play as good, but I think he, all around as a team, has less to work with than what Patty Mahomes does. And now watching the Chiefs this year, earlier it's like, do you guys remember like a couple weeks ago they were like, are they relying too much on Patty Mahomes to like win the games for him? Because
They still kind of are.
They still kind of are, but you see it now that like the run game is starting to complement more. It's starting to complement more of the passing game. The defense is starting to complement a little bit more of the offense. It's all around as a team, they're starting to kind of come together. Whereas with Russell Wilson, is like the defense is still trash. He kind of has a run game, kind of doesn't. It's on and off. So he's having to do more in order to win those games. And so there's going to be some games where he's going to feel a lot more pressure to do more, and that's where the picks will come. But I haven't seen a whole lot of extravaganza flash from Patty Mahomes this year as opposed to last year. So like last year, it was like, he was
Because they're probably used to it now.
Yeah.
You think so?
Yeah.
But I just don't feel like a lot of big plays lately though either. Like it was like he was on a highlight reel every week.
Yeah.
And now it's like, oh look, Tyreek Hill.
It's that Michael Jordan effect. Like there's only so many times you can see, LeBron effect. Like there's only so many times you can watch and you're going, oh, this again. Now they're trying to move on. Like that's why Lamar Jackson, and that's why they go to other players because they're trying to hype them up because we already know how good this guy is. Now let's bring some other faces into it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. One crazy week of NFL finally.
Yeah.
Last week was boring as hell.
And I've noticed the records are kind of rough this year too.
What do you think?
There's a lot of losing records in the NFL right now. Like there's like it's
In the NFC.
NFC. That's what we're talking about. Whoever wins the AFC, whoever wins the AFC going into the Super Bowl is gonna win the championship. That's my opinion.
Okay, so here's my thing. So that about wraps it up with NFL kind of. As of right now, who is the best team in football?
I think the Steelers.
Steelers. I kind
of want to put the.
Who's the best team?
Kansas City.
Oh, okay. And I'm gonna say the Bucks. Okay, why is it the Steelers?
I think early on, they weren't playing very crazy opponents, so we weren't thinking of them as much. Now they've had a couple weeks.
They were playing crazy opponents?
Like not like really good opponents.
Oh, okay.
Like early on they didn't have good records. They didn't have a quarterback, this and that. So it's like those are the games you should win. Now there's the games where it's like, oh, it's going to be competitive, and they're still winning those games. Like throughout today, they were down divisional game. Ravens are not a bad team, and so they came out with the dub. They're undefeated. They're going to get another dub next week playing the Cowboys.
So is that who they play?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
America's game of the week.
I don't know.
That'll probably get changed.
That'll probably be the regional game of the week.
Right. Let's go ahead and put this on the Red Zone channel. You know.
Yeah.
No, but no, it's just all around. They're looking good as far they're coming. They're starting to become a complete team.
Yeah, that game will only be played on like KXYZ, Fox
Yeah.
2,
WGN.
Dallas.
If they play that here, dude, I'm gonna be pissed.
WGN Sports, remember that?
Yeah. That's Chicago.
It's gonna be the old show.
Okay, you know me. I'm a big fan of the Steelers. My favorite team is not my favorite team. I will say they're not the best team because they need help on the back end. They easily could have 1 or 2 L's now. But I think the most complete team, and I'm not basing it off record, I think the most complete team is the Bucks. And they're getting AB. Now Godwin is hurt. But they do have a solid ass defense.
Their defense is
They do have a solid ass defense. And I think
special teams though.
he was
Special teams.
I know, right? I know, right?
Yeah.
So they do got a solid ass
You
defense.
gotta get down on that kick return a lot faster than that.
Yeah. So tell me why the Chiefs is it, bro?
This is why I think they're the best team.
Because they're the reigning Super Bowl champs. Easy.
No, because everybody brings A game to them. Everybody brings that solid game to them.
Because they're the hunted.
Yes, and that's why I think Pittsburgh with the Steelers, they're a sleeper team right now. They're proving themselves to be better and better. The Bucks, same thing. Actually, maybe the Bucks probably gonna get gunned for too as well because of the whole hype and stuff like that. But every game, everybody's coming for their throats and they're trying to take them out and they're trying to prove the point that they're not good. They want to shut them down. They want to do their best against them, and they've done it so far. The Raiders, what's their only loss is to Oakland?
Yeah.
No.
I wish it was on.
Yeah, Las Vegas. So that's why
They're Oakland, bro.
Yeah,
We call them Oakland over here. Alright?
But no, but the Raiders, the only loss is the Raiders, and that's why I think. And who gave them the loss? A divisional opponent that knows them the best, has played them really good over the last few years, and that's why I think that they're the best team.
And they won in Kansas City.
Yeah,
So that was a good
yeah,
job.
yeah,
Well, we'll see who goes to the
That's
Super Bowl.
yeah.
We should put a bet on it.
Nah, we'll wait till.
Hey, I know how Smurf does this bet.
I'm down to put a bet.
I'm down.
You got the Steelers. You got the Steelers in the Super Bowl. I got the Bucks.
Or not, let's not say Super Bowl. Who makes it the farthest? Because they're all AFC.
Let's wait
No,
till week
mine's
12.
NFC.
Well, these two are AFC.
Week 12, we'll make our predictions. Let's get a little deeper in. We don't want to do it, then somebody gets hurt and we're.
Oh, I was trying to make a bet now.
No, because I don't want.
Oh,
So
wait,
next year somebody blows an ankle out or blows an ACL and then we're screwed.
Why'd you have to go with the ankle? I know the subliminal message behind that.
I think that's why I have this on. 'cause we're talking so much
hey,
shit,
yo,
bro. That's what I think, dude. That's what I think. I think I woke up. I think I woke up and I was like, oh, that's
It's the fact that he's wearing shorts.
dude.
You know
Like,
what's funny?
shit in
You
this
know what's
thing.
funny is throughout the show he's all. What I think is that, like, you know, it's like irritating.
Yes,
So he's
it's itchy as fuck, bro. It's killing me right
And
now.
that's when you pointed out to me.
Yeah.
You see him like finishing the itch.
Yeah, bro.
He'll put it back out and he'll be. Well, what
That's
I
what I
really think is Patty Mahomes.
Yeah, I'm over here going like
Bro.
this because I want to take it off so bad. But my
I'll take a picture of it and I'll put it.
Go ahead, bro.
Not like if I'm not looking at Anthony's like.
Oh, you see it?
that? If I wasn't looking at Anthony's top half and I'm just looking for like the knee, I'm looking at like an old Brad grandpa.
Dude.
And then
And
They're
then
ready to go play tennis.
And I'm not gonna
or
lie.
play basketball.
My-
I'd be like, damn, where do you get those fucking Nike Air Maxes
Dude,
at?
and then my leg looks like a packed sausage in the master wrist. It looks like the meat's just about to pop out because it's so. Look at the meat.
Look on the back,
actually.
actually. So like at the back of his cap, it's like going over the
Yeah, it
wrist.
was, yeah. It sits weird, bro. That's why I said it's starting to.
What are you talking about?
No, look at the meat starting to like come out.
Look at the meat.
It's starting to look like a sausage link, bro. And it hurt, dude. Like I woke up and I was like, oh.
Yeah, you just got cankles, bro.
Yeah, that's what that is, bro. Dude, I woke up and I was like, God.
All you got is Cankles, bro.
Bro, you don't even get ankle size. You just don't want size.
You be cutting underwear in half. He puts a rubber band around it. It's cold today.
Oh my god, man.
It's so tiny, bro. It's so tiny. So much smack.
If he signs by next week, we gotta buy him those New Balance.
No,
those white ones. That would go perfect.
The solid white?
Yeah.
Solid white, bro. With the extra wedge.
Can you take it off so we can take a look?
No. No, dude. That fucking thing hurt. It fucking hurt, bro.
Oh shit.
That's what you get for cutting corners, bro. Never do that shit again.
Oh,
It's because he was dissing Dak.
Alright,
Yeah,
I'll look at
That's
this.
what- Guys, I'm gonna put all my shit over there.
So there's
the fucking cankle.
right there, bro. That's the shit that we were laughing at. Look at that shit. The motherfucker probably bought that shit in a extra small. Look at that fucking.
Bro, you know how old this is? I got this back in fucking high school.
They are.
Damn, bro. Was that 20 years ago?
Now they
Fuck
make
you,
them out of
dude.
jail.